Spider-Man. Brand New Day's post-credit scene has left the entire Marvel fandom shocked. What actually happened? Well, don't worry, guys. I've got you covered. In this video, we're breaking down the Spider-Man Brand New Day post-credit scene and answering every major question fans have. Spoiler warning, if you haven't watched the movie yet, this is your chance to back out. For everyone else, let's break it all down. By the end of the movie, Ned finally starts piecing together Peter's real identity through several clues. MJ finds the letter Peter wrote for her back in No Way Home, but she tells him that the Peter she fell in love with was someone else, and she doesn't love him anymore. After that, Peter approaches Ned. He only goes for a simple handshake, but Ned's muscle memory suddenly kicks in, and they perform their classic best friend handshake from the old days. If you remember, I actually predicted this scene in one of my earlier theories, that Ned would slowly begin remembering Peter through muscle memory, and that's exactly what happens. Neither MJ nor Ned remembers Peter completely, but they're slowly starting to recall fragments of their past. It's the beginning of their friendship all over again. Once again, Peter's identity becomes a major part of the ending, just like in every MCU Spider-Man movie. In Homecoming, Aunt May discovers Peter's secret. In Far From Home, Mysterio exposes Spider-Man's identity to the world. In No Way Home, the entire world forgets who Peter Parker is. And now, in Brand New Day, Peter's closest friends are finally starting to recognize him again. Then comes the massive cliffhanger. In the post-credit scene, we see Ned's spider tracker, the device he built to locate Spider-Man during the movie. At first, everything looks normal. The tracker starts in Queens, but then the camera zooms out, revealing something absolutely insane. Spider-Man isn't on Earth anymore. His signal glitches far beyond Earth, somewhere in deep space, seemingly on another planet. If you've watched Spider-Verse, this should feel familiar. We saw something very similar happen to Miles Morales whenever he traveled into another dimension. His body began glitching because he didn't belong there. This strongly hints that Tom Holland's Spider-Man has somehow ended up in another universe, most likely because of the events leading into Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. As we already know, Dr. Doom is expected to destroy the multiverse by the end of Avengers Doomsday, creating Battleworld, a massive world built from the broken remains of countless universes. It's entirely possible that this post-credit scene actually takes place after Battleworld has already been created, with Spider-Man stranded in one of its many regions. And this is where things get even more exciting. In the original Secret Wars comics, Peter Parker first acquires the Black Symbiote Suit on Battleworld. After countless battles, his classic red and blue suit is completely destroyed. Thor and Hulk direct him toward an alien machine that's supposedly capable of repairing clothing. But because Peter Parker never gets lucky, he accidentally interacts with the wrong object, an alien black organic substance known as the symbiote. It first bonds with his hand before completely covering his body, giving him an entirely new black suit featuring a redesigned spider logo. Even more incredible, Peter can control the suit entirely through his thoughts. We already know that the Venom symbiote exists in the MCU after Venom, Let There Be Carnage, so it's absolutely possible for the symbiote to bond with Spider-Man just like it did in the comics. Interestingly, almost every recent report claims that Tom Holland won't have a major role in Avengers Doomsday, but if we connect all the dots, this post-credit scene could actually explain why. He may already be trapped somewhere on Battleworld before the main events of Secret Wars begin. There's another possibility as well. Instead of taking place after Battleworld is created, this scene could occur during the incursion events of Avengers Doomsday. Peter may currently be trapped inside another universe that's on a collision course with Earth 616. To save his own universe, someone would need to destroy the other one. But we all know Spider-Man would never make that choice. Instead, he'd most likely team up with the heroes of that universe to find another solution. This also opens the door for another theory. Since we already know the Avengers will eventually travel into the Fantastic Four and X-Men universes, Spider-Man could already be there working alongside those heroes before everyone else arrives. Now here's an even crazier possibility. If Peter bonds with the Venom symbiote, there's a real chance he could temporarily join Dr. Doom's side. Think about it. Doom looks exactly like Tony Stark, Peter's greatest mentor. Peter still carries enormous emotional trauma from Tony's death. Add the corrupting influence of the symbiote, and Peter's darker emotions could completely overwhelm him. His anger, grief, and guilt would be amplified, allowing Doom to manipulate him. We could actually see Spider-Man become one of Dr. Doom's strongest allies in Secret Wars, with Doctor Strange serving as Doom's right hand and Spider-Man becoming his left. But here's another theory that might completely blow your mind. What if the Spider-Man being tracked isn't Tom Holland's Spider-Man at all? Another spoiler warning, this involves reported leaks for Avengers Doomsday. According to multiple reports, Doomsday will reportedly open inside Tobey Maguire's universe. The X-Men are supposedly planting a bomb there because Tobey's universe is dangerously close to colliding with theirs due to an incursion. We also know that the Fantastic Four's universe, the Avengers universe, and the X-Men's universe are all approaching collision as well. Even in the trailer, you can spot multiple universes moving dangerously close together. So what if Ned's spider tracker isn't tracking Tom Holland at all? What if it's accidentally detecting Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man? Since both versions are technically variants of the same Spider-Man, that would actually make a lot of sense. There's another interesting clue. In the opening scene of the Doomsday trailer, Professor Charles Xavier hears someone's voice while watching the destruction in the sky. Many fans believe that voice sounds remarkably similar to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. If Charles can sense him telepathically across universes, perhaps Ned's spider tracker could detect him as well. I know this sounds incredibly wild, but it's definitely possible. Of course, there's another candidate, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Surprisingly, we haven't heard many credible reports about Andrew's role in Avengers, Doomsday, making him another strong possibility. Or maybe this is actually our very first tease for Miles Morales. Kevin Feige has already stated that Miles Morales will eventually become the MCU's next Spider-Man. Interestingly, if you pause the post-credit scene on one particular frame, the color scheme of the spider tracker closely resembles the visual style used throughout the Spider-Verse films. The movie never tells us how much time has passed between the ending and the post-credit scene. That means this sequence could actually take place during Avengers, Doomsday, Secret Wars, or after Battleworld has already been created. Personally, I think the most likely explanation is that this is Tom Holland's Spider-Man, already stranded somewhere on Battleworld, setting up his Black Symbiote storyline for Secret Wars. So now I want to hear from you. Where do you think this post-credit scene is leading? Do you think the tracker found Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or is this secretly our first look at Miles Morales? This post-credit scene was completely different from anything we've ever seen in the MCU. A single spider tracker has managed to throw the entire fandom into confusion. I've shared every major theory and possibility I could think of. Now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What was your reaction when you watched this scene? How did your theater react? And most importantly, what did you think of the movie? Do you believe this is really Tom Holland's Spider-Man on Battleworld? Or do you think Tobey Maguire is the one being tracked? Maybe it's Andrew Garfield, or perhaps Marvel is secretly teasing Miles Morales much earlier than anyone expected. There are so many clues hidden inside this post-credit scene that it's almost impossible to ignore them. Whether it's the spider tracker glitching in deep space, the clear setup for the multiverse, the possibility of incursions, or the potential arrival of the Black Symbiote Suit, every single detail seems to be setting up something much bigger for Avengers, Secret Wars. Whatever Marvel's actual plan is, one thing is certain: Spider-Man: Brand New Day didn't just end Peter Parker's latest adventure. It kicked off the next major chapter of the Multiverse saga, leaving fans with more questions than answers. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because we bring you amazing Marvel videos like this every single day. See you in the next one. Before we wrap up, here's my personal take. Out of every theory we've discussed, I still believe the Battleworld explanation makes the most sense. The way the spider tracker glitches far beyond Earth, combined with everything we know about Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, feels like Marvel is quietly setting up Peter Parker's biggest story yet. And if that's true, then the arrival of the Black Symbiote Suit may be much closer than we think. Of course, Marvel loves misleading fans, so we can't completely rule out the possibilities involving Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or even Miles Morales. That's exactly what makes this post-credit scene so brilliant. It gives us just enough information to create countless theories without revealing the actual answer. Now, I want to know your theory. Who do you think Ned's spider tracker was actually tracking? Do you believe it's Tom Holland on Battleworld, Tobey Maguire trapped in another universe, Andrew Garfield making a surprise return, or Marvel secretly teasing Miles Morales? Drop your theory in the comments, because I'd love to read what you think. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Marvel news, theories, breakdowns, and Secret Wars updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.